What is up, YouTube? Game888 here, and I'm back again with a video for you guys for Testhands about Pendulum Magicians. Now, at this point, I thought I already had a video for today, but due to certain things happening, some circumstances, I had to cut down the video. I had to take it off YouTube again, at least for a week. So yeah, here I am trying to get another video for you guys. Now, I'm still gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna do some test hands. If I brick, then you see what happens. One addition to the deck, I've cut the fog blade right now because I calculated it, and in a 42 card deck with 5 PK cards, I have a 49% chance to draw one, and in a 41 card deck with 4 PK cards, I only have 42% chance. So I basically dropped the ratio by 6 or 7%, and it's actually pretty cool. Also, I don't really want to brick by having 2, and the chances of having 2 right now is only like 6 or 7%, while before it was 10, so yeah, 1 in 10 duels. I mean, that means that you're gonna brick in like 3 or 4 games against real persons on a YCS, and that's actually not that great. So I'm trying it out with one less fog blade. I'm gonna see where we go, and yeah, we're just gonna make our board as it is. So yeah, for our first opening hand, we have Dark Worm, we have Harmonizing, we have Pendulum Call, Mythical Beastmaster Cerberus, and the Basilisk. Now, normally I already have some videos with like Pendulum Call and Dark Worm. I think I have one test hand for you guys already with this, and that's powerful on its own, but I'd say like I won't show you guys this hand, but this hand is like perfect. I have the Harmonizing, I have Basilisk with Master Cerberus. Definitely gonna show you guys this hand, and also how I would play it out. First things first, I would go with Master Cerberus because it can lure out Ash Blossom just in case. Like, gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for that Jackal King. Already have the Mythical Beast Basilisk in my hand, so that's the thing. So at this point, I'm gonna go with Pendulum Call. I'm gonna ditch the Dark Worm. I'm going to search for Oath Dragon and Dragon Pit. Now, why those two? I went for, well, the Oath Dragon is obvious. You want to recurse something and then go from there. Now, the Dragon Pit, when I go with Pendulum Call, it can't be destroyed by card effects or like anything. And that actually helps for next turn. Just in case they have some back row, you can discard it. So yeah, going from there. So we're having those two alongside it. At this point, Dark Worm's effect, special summon it, getting the gate 0 to your hand. Now, in total honesty, if you want to cut the deck down to 40 and you don't mind having only 1 gate 0, you can cut down 1 gate 0, but I like it at 2, just in case you draw it, then you still have something to search with the Dark Worm. So yeah. At this point, I'm gonna go with, well, I can do a couple of things. I'm gonna go for the Basilisk right here, and I'm going to put back the Cerberus. Now, the reason I do that is the Basilisk can be Pendulum summoned afterwards, and this will give me another draw, thinning out the deck a little bit. Of course, there are 3 Master Cerberuses in the deck, so I could always draw that one. So let's see. And it's a Chronograph. Wow. This hand can only get better if the draw from Electromite is gonna be a Destrudo. So yeah, we'll see about that one, shall we? So at this point, Jackal King's effect, summoning the Basilisk. Now, at this point, if I would have another spell card, like if this was a Shrine, then the Basilisk would get me back the Jackal King to my hand even. Like maybe I'd have to play like more spell cards so this can happen, but it's like a really low chance to draw one of these two together with the Cerberus as it is, so I think this is just fine. If I really want to, I can add this back, but well, I don't really know. I don't think that's the correct play in this point, so yeah. I'm just gonna go for Electromite. And at this point I don't even need to use my Electromite's effect, because I already have the chronograph, I have the Oath, I have the Dragon Pit, but I'm still going to. I am going to go and search out the White Wing. The only reason I do this is because of the fact that I'm doing a combo video and not a real life duel. So yeah, and having the White Wing can actually make sure that I have the Borrel-load Savage Dragon. Once again, you don't always, you won't always be able to make it, and you just have to go for it when you can. So let's see. At this point I'm gonna scale the Oath Dragon together with the chronograph. As you all know, I like to do it like this, just because of the fact that I can rescale the chronograph later on. So yeah. At this point I'm gonna Pendulum Summon the Gate 0, Harmonizing, and 2 level 4s. I'm going to take the Dark Worm and the Basilisk, because I want to have the White Wing in the extra deck for my Oath Dragon effect to add it back. Harmonizing's effect is going to trigger, and I'm going to summon the Janke. We're still going for the Azathoth play, so we're going to overlay Dark Worm and Basilisk for our Time Thief. And as you all know, using its effect means I get to banish it, so I detach the Dark Worm to activate its effect, banishing my Time Thief. So it's gone. This brings up a lot more room, so I'm happy with that. I'm gonna go overlay my 2 level 7s. I'm gonna make Absolute. My apologies. It's of course in this deck. So Absolute. At this point I'm gonna use the chronograph. I'm gonna pop it. I'm gonna special summon a Time Gazer from my deck. Now, what you guys may not have seen is that I've not used my Electromite's effect in any time. So I haven't used it to draw, and I haven't used it to recycle. And it's actually pretty fun to know, because at this point I'm gonna use its effect and I get to draw a card. So I draw, and sadly it's the Shade Brigandine. It's one of the worst draws at this point, just because of the fact that I won't be able to use both the effects of my PKs in the deck, but it's still good. It's still good. So at this point, let's see. I still have my normal summon. I still have my Electromite's effect. What are we going to do? I'm going to scale my Dragon Pit. I'm going to use Oath Dragon's effect and get back the White Wing. Now at this point, I'm going to link away these two into Underclock. And then with the Absolute, I'm going to summon a Vortex. That is definitely not bad. I mean, these two on its own is a Savage Dragon. So when I'm using these two for the PK link, I'm actually already there. So yeah. I'm going to use the PK link. I'm going to send the Cloak. Cloak. To set the rank up magic. And as you all saw, because I already drew this, I won't be able to use my boost effect afterwards, but that doesn't mean I won't be able to search it. So I'm gonna use my Cloak's effect, I'm gonna banish it, and I'm gonna search for boots. Now the reason I do this is because special summoning the boots will allow me to use my Electromite and actually just get another draw off of it. Not a draw, but like anything from here. And it's actually good because I can get the chronograph back, or the Jackal King, whatever. Now the thing is, I also want to make Decode Talker, because Decode Talker is really good, and I have some options here. First things first, I'm gonna special summon the boots. gonna normal summon the White Wing. I can also go for something else. So instead of a Savage Dragon, I can make a Dragsta. Like, well, it's almost best to not use this, which is crazy. Just to get a plus, it's so like it's so weird to get something back into my hand. I could pop my Brigandine, but then I miss out on a pop from the Azathoth, so I don't really know. It's crazy. I don't really have to use my Electromite, so I'm gonna set my Shade Brigandine. I'm gonna flip it up. I'm gonna synchro with the White Wing. And this will give me a Borreload Savage Dragon. Savage Dragon's effect, I'm going to equip the Underclock Taker. So it gets 2 counters. And then I have to look at Borrelsword for a second. So its effect, if it's Synchro Summoned, equip 1 Link Monster, and if you do, place Borrel counter on this card equal to the Link Monster's rating. This card gains stack equal to Hardwise effect. Okay, so it doesn't say anything about if you lose the equip that you'll lose the Borrelsword the Borreload counters. So what I'm gonna do is, since it's like this, it's only a 500 point boost and I really don't care. I'm gonna use my Electromite here, I'm gonna pop the Underclock, and I'm going to get back a card from my extra deck. And the card I'm going to get back is it Chronograph? This is hard. With these two, I'm gonna make a Decode Talker. I already had my normal summon. I don't have anything else to do, so I'm just going to get back a Chronograph, just in case something gets popped. So I have the Chronograph in hand again, which was practically free for me, which is fun. If you want, you can special summon it and then go for a Link 4. Borrelsword is an option, but I'm just gonna keep it in my hand. I'm just gonna Link, I'm gonna make a Decode Talker. And at this point, it's actually pretty fun because my Borreload Savage Dragon turned my equip into something else. In the end phase, the Time Thief will come back, and I have the Rank Up Magic ready to go into Azathoth. Of course, you can get Kaiju, you can get Lava Golem, because this card is only in your main phase. I really have to put the necessary attention to that. So yeah. And that was for our first combo, so yeah, that's good. I'm gonna go into the second one. This time I didn't do it with the Strudo. I used the White Wing to summon the Borreload Savage. That's exactly what it's for, what's in the deck for. If you don't get the Strudo, you want to do it with the White Wing, which you can add in so many ways. You can do it with Electromite, you can do it with Pendulum Call, you can add it with Wisdom Eye and then special summon it off of a Meteor Burst. Well, the options are endless. It's amazing. So again, we're gonna power shuffle because this deck needs power shuffling. It's not even normal. Like you really don't want those PK cards to sit together. Like you banish them all, you surge them out at the same time basically, so they will all clock together at some point. So yeah, let's see. Second opening hand. I'm gonna start with Purple Poison, Oath Dragon, Dragon Shrine, Jackal King, and a Harmonizing. This is actually a fun hand. I'm definitely gonna play this one out. So first of all, Shrine, sending the Dark Worm, special summoning the Dark Worm, adding the Gate. So specialing it, adding Gate. At this point, I'll have to use my normal summon. I'm probably going to send Chronograph with the Electromite because else I won't be able to go for my PK Link. So to further my place, so I'm going to normal summon the Purple Poison because I'll need the Harmonizing in my hand. And this will make my Electromite. As I said, I'm going to send the chronograph. And then going off, I'm going to put the gate 0 in scale, gonna pop it with the electromite and gonna get back the chronograph. Electromite is gonna give you a draw, and it's gonna be another harmonizing, which is actually pretty good. You need an additional magician to get the Oath Dragon plus towards the end of the combo. At least you'll end with more cards in your hand. So Oath Dragon, chronograph. And you're gonna Pendulum Summon Harmonizing, Jackal King, Gate 0, and just because of the fact that it's a Magician, the Purple Poison. Using Harmonizing's effect, gonna summon Jankei. Overlay, making Absolute. Chronograph's effect, so you're gonna trigger it, summon the Time Gazer. And at this point you're gonna use it alongside the Absolute and make yourself the Underclock again. It all comes down to the same kind of combo. You just need to see to what you need to Pendulum Summon in order to be able to do this. So you're gonna summon the Vortex Dragon again. Now at this point, I'm pretty sure I won't be able to get to the Savage Dragon alongside the Time Thief. So I'm going to at least try, keep the Jackal King because it's an additional negate. And I'm going to be able to use the trap card for PKs to overlay with my Purple Poison. That way I can make a Time Thief over there. So I'm going to use my Harmonizing with the Underclock. Making the PK link. Using its effect. So you're gonna send Cloak. Add the the Shade Brigadine. I really hate those names, to be honest. So you set it, and then with Cloak's effect, so you banish it, you're getting the boots. Now the thing is, if I had an additional normal summon, like I didn't have a normal summon this time around, so if I had my normal summon still, I would have been able to use these, like use my Harmonizing and my Purple Poison to make the Time Thief, and then use another, well, or normal summon this Harmonizing because it would have been kind of awkward. Then I had my two Harmonizings to use it for the Time Thief, and then I had the Purple Poison and anything else left. Like you would have been able to summon a Savage Dragon in some kind of way, but it's in my head somewhere. So yeah. I have already used the Electromite, so I'm gonna summon the Phantom Knight. I'm gonna link away with the Electromite, summon the Decode Talker. Now this time, instead of summoning it here, I'm gonna summon it here because I have a Jackal King on this side. And I won't be able to summon a monster right over here afterwards. So I'm going to use the Brigadine, I'm gonna summon it. I'm gonna overlay it for the Time Thief. The sad part is that I didn't draw Black Fang. Like, it was a Harmonizing. If I had drawn the Black Fang or Wisdom Eye because I didn't use Pendulum Call, at this point I would have been able to use my Bardish to pop the Black Fang and get back the Jankei, but it isn't so I'm not going to use this. I'm going to activate the Harmonizing Magician, giving 2 counters to my Jackal King. And then with the Oath Dragon, I'm going to add back a Harmonizing. I still have 1 Magician left in the extra deck, so this Harmonizing is giving everything a boost. Using the Time Thief's effect, banishing it. I'm going to use Boots, banishing it, getting the rank up magic. and setting it. And as soon as the Time Thief returns during your opponent's main phase, you're gonna be able to use the rank up magic again, and you have some negates. So if they, like, if you're playing against Thunder Dragon and they activate a Thunder Monster effect in the hand, you can use your Jackal King, chain this, and so they won't be able to use any more Thunder Dragon effects, so they can't go in Colossus, they can't go in Titan, and because of that, you're actually pretty darn safe. Against monster-based boards, this is awesome, because you stop their first monster effect, and at that result, and you chain this, and then everything's over. Like, you're just gonna win. That's it for the second hand. I'm gonna try and squeeze in a third one. I think that could be fun. Up till now, it's been like all the same kind of boards. I just draw, I see what I have, and I try to make the same fields over and over again. And if I'm lucky, I can go to White Wing or to the Strudo and make a Savage Dragon, and else I have something else, of course. So yeah. So let's see what we can do now. Quick power shuffle. These were combos from 10 minutes, so I'm gonna do a quickie. Hopefully I open one of the PKs this time, that way you can see that it doesn't really matter. Like game 1 I drew into the PK, it doesn't matter, you still get your combo. So we have Pendulum Call, we have Time Gazer, why are they all the way around? We have a Gate 0, we have a Phantom Knight, and we have the Curtain Raiser. Now this hand is actually pretty fun to show off, because I have a PK, I have the Curtain Raiser, and I don't really have anything. Like, I opened one of the bricks. It's something that I can show you guys, so yeah. I'm gonna go with Curtain Raiser, gonna special it, normal Time Gazer, and make Electromite. Now, with the Electromite effect, I'm going to send Harmonizing, because I have Pendulum Call. And I can add Oak Dragon plus something else and go from there. So yeah. Now what I should do is Pendulum Call here first, because I can search something with the cloak, and that way it won't be a brick in the deck anymore. So I'm gonna Pen Call first. I'm gonna go for the Oath and the Dragon Pit. So Oath and Dragon Pit. Now you can go for a second Harmonizing Magician if you want, just to boost up your monsters. Like if you're playing Eradicator Virus, you can do that. I'm gonna activate the cloak, so I'm gonna banish it, and I'm already going to search this one, the Rank Up Magic, because it's actually something that you can, if you can avoid the PK link for searching this, it's actually pretty good. So activate this, Electrobytes effect, going to pop it, and I'm going to add the Curtain Raiser. Electrobytes effect, I'm gonna draw, drew the Wisdom Eye, doesn't really matter. Dragon Pit, Oath, effect of the Oath, going to add Harmonizing again. At this point I still have a really full hand, so yeah, good, kudos. So I'm going to Pendulum Summon these two, the Gate, and a Time Gazer Magician. Now I can go with Harmonizing and Time Gazer, I can go into the Meteor Burst. So with the Harmonizing I'm gonna summon a level 4, and I'm going to summon the Purple Poison. I could also go for White Wing, so that way I can go with what? It's actually better to go with White Wing, crazy as it is. So White Wing and Time Gazer. White Wing gets banished, and I'm gonna make a Meteor Burst. I'm gonna use Meteor Burst's effect, It's kind of awkward because these two aren't close to darks and they don't really have an effect on the field anymore for me. But I'm gonna summon the Oath Dragon just because of the fact that I can't use this for underclock. So yeah, I'm gonna overlay, making the absolute. Now, as I said, I don't actually have to go for the PK link because I have this. So as soon as I go with these two for the Time Thief, I'm actually already set. So I go into the Time Thief. I can, at this point, I'm going to link these two away. And I'm immediately going to make a Decode Talker. I'm going to get the Absolutes effect. I'm going to summon Vortex. Well, I didn't really have to summon this, it seems, so I can retrospect and just put this away again. I'm going to use Time Thief's effect, set this, and in the end phase it'll return. It's not that strong of a board. You saw how much I bricked. It was a really awkward hand to play with, but it doesn't really matter because I still have any negate for spells and traps. I have the Decode Talker and I can make an Azathoth right here during the main phase. And at this point I still count this as a full monster negate and won everything and two other possible negates. So it's still a really good board, I think. With this thing, if you end your turn, they end their turn, you still have the Dragon Pit to pitch this to pop a spell or trap. You have the Oath Dragon to add back a Time Gazer, and with your draw you're going to draw this. It might not seem relevant, but because you have already this kind of field, you're going to OTK definitely, so it's actually pretty good. So yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you guys liked it. 27 minutes, kind of long, so KM888 out. Ciao guys!